Hello. In this video, we want to suppose that the limit as x approaches 2 of f of x is equal to 3, and the limit as x approaches 2 of g of x is equal to 4. Use the limit rules to find the following limits. The limit as x approaches 2 of f of x plus 5 times g of x, and also the limit as x approaches 2 of f of x squared all over the natural log of g of x. Now, I'm going to kind of run through this in a very methodical manner. You should actually be able just to work this out pretty quickly, to be honest with you, but I'll go ahead and show you the long way. So what we're going to do is, first we need to realize that the limit as x approaches 2 of f of x equals 3 and the limit as x approaches 2 of g of x equals 4 is all we really need in order to answer these questions, because we have the limit as x approaches 2 and then our functions are f of x and g of x in here. So what we can do is we can distribute this limit to both f of x and 5 times g of x. So this would be the same thing as the limit as x approaches 2 of f of x, and then plus the limit as x approaches 2 of 5 times g of x. But if you notice, this right here is just this first thing. It's the limit as x approaches 2 of f of x. This right here is all just 3. So this would just be 3, and then plus whatever's happening over here. Now I can't initially write down what we have because we have a constant times the function. So that constant can come on the outside, making that 5 times the limit as x approaches 2 of g of x. And now if you notice, the limit as x approaches 2 of g of x is simply this, which is the number 4. So this just gives us 3 plus 5 times 4. And then you can just simplify. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 3 is 23. So the answer here is 23. Excellent. Now here's the thing. With this, you don't actually need to go through all this, because as long as these limits exist and you can actually just plug in these values, anywhere where you see an f of x, you should just think of that as 3, and anywhere where you see g of x, you should just think of as 4. So you should just be able to go from here, sorry, not there, come on now, from here to here. So 3 plus 5 times 4. That's the short way, by the way. Now, let's look at the long way for the next one. We have the limit as x approaches 2 of f of x squared all over the natural log of g of x. So the limit of quotients is the quotient of the limits. So we have this, where we have the limit as x goes to 2 of f of x squared all over the limit as x goes to 2 of the natural log of g of x. So this limit just went both to the numerator and denominator. Now, because we have a square here, this limit can go on the inside to act upon the limit, or excuse me, to act upon the f of x, and then once we have that, we can square it. And the same thing with this limit, it can go to the inside of the logarithm, making that the limit of the g of x there. So this is going to give us the limit as x approaches 2 of f of x, and then all of that would be squared all over the natural log of the limit as x approaches 2 of g of x. Now notice that right here, all of that is just this right here, which is just the number 3, and all of this right here is just 4. So that's going to give me 3 squared all over the natural log of 4. Oops. And then just simplify. 3 squared is 9. Natural log of 4 we don't know, so just leave it as the natural log of 4, and that's your answer. So we get 9 over the natural log of 4. And that's it. Now with this one, of course, we could go the short way. Just anywhere where you see the f of x, replace it with 3. Anywhere where you see g of x, replace it with 4. So you could immediately have gone from here to here. That's the short way of doing it. Alrighty. Well, I believe that's it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and I will see you in the next one. Have fun.